Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another VinnyVid Productions video. Hi, I'm Vinny and I will be your host. This video is going to be a Vinny Built Structures video. You guys ever do something where you're thinking you're making something better because of what you see in your mind? Well, this video is going to show you that sometimes you should just leave well enough alone. What am I talking about? Well, in the beginning of this video, you're going to see me modify a structure. It's part of my ethanol plant, and when I kind of put a mock-up of this structure together and put it on the layout, I did not like it. So, in this video, I will show you how I am going to fix that problem. So, without further ado, let's get down to the bench and let's see what is Vinny talking about. We'll be right back. Toodles! This video is brought to you by Miniature Industries, unique products for your model railroad. These unique kits are available in N scale, HO, S, and O scale. For more information on these kits, visit his website, link will be in the description. And don't forget to use the code 15 at checkout for a 15% discount. Okay guys, welcome back to the bench. As you can see in front of you right now, this basically was the original form that John had done for me. Like I said, it was too big considering all the new stuff that I had added to my ethanol plant. So I went ahead and I started putting my Dremel tool to this. And John, I don't know what you used on this, but man, let me tell you something. My Dremel tool did all of that. Anyhow, I shortened it down by that much. And I shortened it down by that much. So now what I did was I already covered it with 20,000 styrene. It's already sanded down and it's ready to get paint. Now I'm going to make this look like a concrete structure. So I'm going to paint this if I have enough. Otherwise I might have to run to the hobby shop today to paint it the Air Force light gray. I personally think that's a great color for concrete. Let me know down in the comments what you think about that. Anyhow, he also printed these fans. Now these fans are pretty cool because they're three pieces. There's the outer housing. Then he put this tool, this wedding dress fabric. You can see that, right? In there. And the fan is also 3D printed, which he did a magnificent job on that. And it just fits right in there. Don't need any glue. And that looks great. So instead of 3 of these, I'm going to have 2. Now, I already prepared a roof for this. And that's just going to sit on there like that. And then these 2 guys would sit up there on that. Now, on the original one, I had built this walkway system. And guess what? It's still going to work. I just need to cut this section off and put new railing there. And wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So, I'm still not sure of how I'm going to put this on the ground. By the way, these are the louvers that go down on the bottom. And they will go in from, let's see, I did mark this. They will go in like this. Of course, they're going to be repainted, but that's what the side view would look like with those louvers in there. I'm going to paint those aluminum. Anyhow, enough rambling. Let me get to work on this, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. Alright, so I'm going to show you what I did to modify the cooling structure for my ethanol plant. This would have been way too much for me to clean up and get flat on this side and flat on here and so on and so forth. Plus, when this was together, I thought it was just a little bit too tall. So this was 1 inch and let's see, the total, the original building was 1 inch and 5/8, I think it was. So let me show you what I did to get it back to almost normal. Okay, so here's the structure, and what I did was the piece that I showed you that I had cut off, I actually attached that. That's this side right here. I glued the two ends to here, and then what I did was I did this wall, if you want to call it that, at 1.5 inches. So I took some height away from this, which I think is going to look a lot better as far as the physical picture of it, let's say. I also got the roof done. So that's like that. I did have these already painted, but I have to do this one now. Get that one painted. Also, I was going to use a ladder and safety case to get up to the top here, but as I was looking through my stuff, I came across this. And I think that I'm going to use this instead, but I have to modify it a little bit because, let's see, I'll take this off here for now. When I put it on here like this, that's where it'll be. It'll be on the side of the structure. I need to have it at that landing right there. Let's see, I wonder if, let me turn this other camera on, maybe a side view might be a little better to see. But anyhow, what I need to do is I need to cut this whole top section off from here off, and then I need to modify it. And then what I cut off of here, this piece that I cut off on the top, I will use the staircase and the railing down here on the bottom, because I don't know if my camera's on. I'm going to check here. Give me a minute, guys. Yeah, the camera goes to sleep after a while, so I had to readjust it. Anyhow, let me see if I can get this better this way. So this will be, of course, I got to modify a lot of it. I got to cut down the stanchions a little bit here, and then also on the top, just to get everything lined up. Now, don't forget that the structure itself is not going to be sitting on the ground just like that. I had built a concrete base for this, and I still have it, so I might use that. So when I put that concrete base in there, this gets risen up to right there. You can see that. And so that's how it will line up as far as getting people up to the top. Okay, so I put some putty on the corners to get them all straightened out. So the next thing for me to do is already sanded down is to prime this. I'm going to use white primer on here. And I decided I'm just going to paint it pretty much the same color as the rest of the plant, which is a blue. I know on this side of the table I got a lot of blue, but anyhow, also, as you can see, let's go back to the other camera. And we'll zoom in a bit. You can see those marks right there. Well, that is going to be for cooling the water to get up there. And that'll be done in this video also. I want to finish this structure in this video. Alright, we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. As you can see right now, I've got a lot done on this cooling tower for my ethanol plant. And I built the bottom to be an exact mirror of the bottom of this. So it's the same triangular type. I think they call it a trapezoid. Not sure. Anyhow, I mentioned earlier about plumbing that I was going to do. Oh, and by the way, what you see down here, these guys are masked off right now because they got to get painted. This guy's still got to get a complete paint job. Plus, everything's got to be sanded down and so on and so forth. But what I like about this is because this is going to give us some detail. I built a main header. This is all with the Walters piping kits, combined kits. Built a header. Now, I don't know. I might use this tank as the water supply. I will cut this off on this side and put it out on this side because this side is still open. And what happens here, the water will come in from the tank, go into here, and I'll have some sort of a control, maybe a little house right there, a little control house, something. It'll control the water to go up to the cooler, and then whatever's not used will go back down and get recirculated back into the building, into the tank. That's my thoughts anyhow. So now we've got this far. What I want to do next is this guy. Now this guy here, unfortunately, when I took it off the old build, I broke it. And this is what it's supposed to look like. But this here. And the way it broke is that I'm missing a piece right there. Actually, let me go through this camera. Missing a piece right there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to do a whole new one. Now this is made with JTT diamond plate, and the handrails are plastruct. And I also mentioned earlier that I was going to use that built staircase that I had built. I think that's a little overkill for this building. So what I'm going to do is, once I get this upper section done, I'm going to use this gold metal etched ladder cage and ladder, and I will put that on the side of the building here, which works out perfectly. It's the perfect length and everything, right out of the kit. They are spendy. This one kit costs about $15, but they're nice, very well detailed, and very well to scale, which is the most important thing. Anyhow, let me move this out of the way, and I'll show you how I build this thing. This is the back side of the diamond plate. You can see the diamond. You can see the diamond plate there. Okay. So these are 4-foot scale 4-foot walkways, which I already measured. These ones, so I'll go ahead and draw that out. Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to the bench. I accomplished a lot while I've been off camera. And I'm at a point now where I can say that the model is finished, except for a couple small items. These here are the handrails, and I salvaged as much as I could off of the old one. Now, before I even get into that, how many of you guys noticed me making a mistake in the last clip? Yeah, I got overzealous and I didn't measure the roof the right size, and I started making my walkway the size of the roof that wasn't cut. But I caught it in time. That's why I cut the video, that clip. Anyhow, I thought I had enough of this railing. Of course, you know the white one is the new railing. Basically, with the old that I was able to salvage off of here versus the new, I can do the two long sides of the structure. But I'm just going to wait. I just ordered some of these. They'll be here sometime next week, so I'll finish it next week. But I will show you guys what I have accomplished now. I will show you on the layout what it's going to look like and all of that good stuff. Excuse me. I also mentioned in this video that I was undecided if I wanted to use the stairs or the ladder, and I went back and forth twice. I'm going to use the stairs because now that I see how the building looks as almost a completed structure, the stairs are going to look really good. So stay tuned. Let me clean all of this off, and I will show you pretty much the finished build. Alright, we'll be back in a few minutes. And we are back. Okay, boys and girls, I didn't show you this yet, but this is the gold medals ladder and cage. Now the ladder in there is the plastic that I showed you just a few minutes ago. There is an etched metal ladder that goes in that is a lot more closer to scale than this ladder is. Anyhow, just wanted to let you know because I don't think I told you that earlier. Put that aside. This is the roof and walkway assembly. As you can see, I didn't have to put these guys in there. I just did it for a little extra fun just because I had the materials to do it, so I just did it. So now I will put this on top of the structure. I will put the fans on top of that, and I will show you the entire structure, and I will show you how this is going to look on there. Alright, so put the roof on there like that. Ooh. Fan number 1. And fan number 2. And fan number 3. And don't expect them to be straight because I'm looking at it from this side. Okay, I think it's close enough though. Okay, here we go. Ready or not. And I think it'd be best if we went to there instead. Oh, I just knocked my roof off. Shame on you, Vincent. There we go. Very good, very good, very good. Okay, as you can see, it's painted, including the fans. Then he built structure stripe on there like I used to do on all my scratch builds. This is that Air Force light gray color. This was a, I think it was a cheap paint that I found on Amazon. And then I painted the louvers down here. I can actually, well, these will fall off. Let me take them off. The roof is not glued down yet. But the louvers are painted in gunmetal. And let's go ahead and spin this around. Everything is permanent now. And this is what we got as far as the plumbing goes, because you guys saw that in the mock-up. But it is now permanent. There's going to be more piping that's going to go to this. It's got to get the product that's got to be cool, that's got to come into this building. And then from there, other piping has to go to wherever the next destination would be. And I'm pretty sure that would be the storage tanks. So there's more piping that's got to go on there. Now, let me show you how this will look on here. Now, it's got to be built up on the bottom because it's a little bit too short. But if you can see that, get my big fat hand out of the way. How can I do this? Let's see. Maybe this will work. No, that's not going to. Oh, maybe. Let's see. There. So that's how that would look. And I think now that it's a complete building, I think those stairs that I spent a lot of time on building, And I have to build one more stair well to go from here to the ground. And then this will get affixed permanently. And then I'll use these posts up here for the railing that's got to go up on the top. Anyhow, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. Oh, wait a minute. I promised I was going to take this out to the layout. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, boys and girls. We're out at the training room now, and this is basically what it's going to look like on the layout. Now, I'm not quite sure if it's going to stay there or if I switch it around with those tanks. I'm not 100% sure yet. Or if it'll be this way or 180 degrees or whatever. But anyhow, there has to be piping that goes to these guys from that building. And then, I don't know, I wasn't quite sure when I was reading on how this works, but apparently it's got to come out of this building, go back into that building, and then go to the cooler. From what I understand, I don't know. But anyhow, from the cooler, it's got to go over there to the storage tanks to be loaded up and out on its way. Anyhow, like I start to say, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video. And as always, your questions, comments, inputs, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. VinnyVid Productions out for now. Toodles.